It's kind of hard to put into words. Looking back on living one single event, one single moment that kind of captures the last 20 years of your life and working life. I remember as a young kid, Trevor and I grew up at the karting track there at Motorsport, 10, 11 years old, taking our dirt bike and riding through the back forests and parking up alongside of Andretti straightaway and seeing a prototype go whizzing by. And I didn't even know what kind of prototype it was. I just knew it was badass and it was a purpose-built race car. And that was the end of the ladder, the top step that we could get to. For us to start TWOtheFront and to do the racing that we've done over the last few years has really been a privilege, and I think that was a culmination of all of those opportunities, all the late nights, the sweat and tears, all of that stuff to go and do it. I think the opportunity to be able to race the WeatherTech race this weekend was not so much a pressure on myself to try to perform and to try to do everything. There was a calm sense of confidence there for myself that we've been working to do this our whole lives.
I broke my sunglasses. I was too excited on my way to pit lane. Fortunately, boosted sunglasses are cheap, tons of different products, so I can get glasses that match whatever livery we're driving. Fortunately, they don't stop the sweat from getting in my eyes though.
The major spectator schedule.
So by the time you get in the car, you can kind of relax. And it's a weird position because it was kind of an out-of-body experience throughout most of the WeatherTech weekend at CTMP. A combination of, yes, the pressure to have to perform now that you finally got the opportunity in the big class and the fast car with the major brand behind you. But it was also a really cool opportunity to celebrate the work we've done, support Canadian motorsports, and really just give back to the fans, the people, the partners, the friends that have helped us get to that moment.
Archive is there as well. Listen on demand or download and take it with you for the ride.
Three, for me, there's max 3 with understeer. I get in, which is nice because usually 3 is a kind of oversteerish place. I'm solid on the way in, but I just wait in front. And then at some point you get a little bit of oversteer, but as you crest.
The understeer, yeah. 4's obviously easy. Breaking into 5 is tough. With the front, feels like your front is slapping the ground. And then once you get to the top of the crest, you can be a little bit light, but the damper change helped that. So the damper change helped 5 and it helped 10 for me as far as right in the bumps on the rear. Because
Yeah, you can feel this front smacking into 1 or into 5.
it's not often I feel I have loose through 10.
No, it's loose through. It's a
But
weird.
it's a bump I think that causes it for me.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was as it's understeering if I'm adding too much wheel input and then the front finally grabs.
I don't have a huge amount of understeer in, but it's like it snaps, and I think there's just something in the middle that makes me go.
Yeah.
9 still is weird. 9's like the only corner I have way too much front grip. Initially, then understeer. I think 9's just weird surfaces, and then 10 mostly understeer. We had the bouncing rear that caused some power down oversteer, but I feel like that's fixed now. Seeing that Ranger did the same lap as this makes me feel a bit better, because I'm like, I don't want to see her doing 8.4. Like when I'm out there, I'm like, I don't see where I can do an 8.4 over a 9.5. Okay. I mean, it's like I can see being flat through 1 as a 10, maybe. I can't go any faster, I don't think, through 2. I can see sometimes through 3, which will be all my time from 3 to 5. I'm losing on power down at 3 with understeer. I can see some time there, and I can see some time at 5. But I mean, if people were doing 8s right now, I'd be probably retiring again. Okay. Or fired one. I think some of your line through 4 is why you're touching so much compared to me. Are you all the way the white line?
When?
Through 4 and it down into 5, the compression?
I come in fairly wide and then try to square it up as much as possible at the bottom.
I think to me, like the further left you go to set up for 5, the harder the bump is.
I don't think I'm right against the wall.
Because I feel like if I'm just like 1 tire width off, I touch really hard as opposed to touching medium. But it's hard to tell. We'll guess it's
Yeah, and also trying to think like if we want me to lift a bit for fuel save too, like I'll start planning that shit now.
Lifting beats.
What we'll end up doing is we'll end up doing it anyway. We'll just take the lift beeps away.
Yeah, and just have a reference point.
Because now you know where, we'll talk about where it is and everything, and so
That's cool.
do it that way.
All right. Sweet. Go make it faster.
Got through 1.
Yeah, likewise.
Just got out of the car for the very first session here. First practice for the IMSA Weathertech race here at CTMP. Wow, it's pretty surreal to finish my first LMP2 session. Very hot here. Slightly different car than what we tested with. And obviously track conditions have changed a little bit, but very comfortable in there. I think a lot of the experience here around CTMP and all different types of cars gets us used to that. But no, I'm comfortable inside the car. Car feels good. I know Ryan wants to make a few setup changes, make the car a little bit quicker, but for me it's really about managing traffic, getting used to the different traffic of the GTD and GTD Pro cars, and just really running a nice consistent race. I'll be starting that race, so I'm not trying to go and win it. I'm trying to make sure Ryan has a car capable of winning it. So it changes our strategy a little bit, but for me it's nice. It takes a little bit of that pressure off. So looking forward to it. We've got our second practice session tomorrow. We're gonna make a few setup changes on the car, see if we can get that car back into the window we want. We're sitting inside the top 10, so these adjustments aren't exactly gonna be huge swings. Just continuing to refine the car as the track temperature increases, as the rubber builds up with all of these different race series running on CTMP this weekend. We're looking forward to it. Gonna get a great night of sleep tonight and then jump back in that car tomorrow.
If I were to make a list of all of my previous life experiences, this would certainly be one of the top ones. Again, it's multiple decades now of work in this industry, looking up to those pros, watching those races, trying to climb into the regional levels and into national levels. And again, for myself and Trevor, we didn't have the funds growing up to be able to guarantee we'd make it in pro racing or to even start paying for those rides. So we knew it was going to be a long road, a lot of work, but it was quite the rewarding feeling to be able to get there. That was an interesting call to get from Toby. We were actually at Road Atlanta shaking down one of the LMP3 cars and having a good time. I figured Toby was calling just to see how it was going. I had just gotten over some food poisoning, so I wasn't in the best of moods, but he sure cheered me up when he said that unfortunately he wasn't going to be able to make it due to some work obligations, and that he trusted me to be able to jump in the car with him. That's that cool call that you always hope to get that you never quite expect. It took me back for sure, but again, it just clarified the vision of what we need to work on, and of course make Toby and Shopify and ShopPay and everybody at that entire organization proud of having a Canadian driver pushing that green shopping bag around CTMP.
All right, so all of our practice is done. Time to get into some competition sessions. Qualifying is a unique format here for the WeatherTech Championship where they split GTD, GTD Pro, and LMP2. GTD just finished their session. GTD Pro is about to go out for their quali. Then it's our turn. Now, the race is going to be about managing that pace, managing traffic, but here, this session in qualifying, it's time to lay it all down, see how quickly we can go with this Oreca number 18 Shopify LMP2 car. I mean, more pace in the car for sure. We had a faster lap. But traffic is the name of the game.
Let's get your suit dried up. So go right this after.
That's quality. Not a whole lot of laps to try to put it down. Unfortunately, there was a couple incidences. I think Spike had an issue at the bottom of 2 and then caught another car going into 4 or 5 on the next lap. So unfortunately, it kind of screwed 3 of our good laps. I think we had a low 10 for sure on the predictive on the dash, but we'll get there. Not too worried about it. We know we got the pace. We'll deal with traffic in that first stint and hand it off to Ryan. Recon lap. We bring the car out of pit lane, we'll do a single lap, check telemetry, make sure that it's picking up, then line up on the front straightaway for the van walk. Van walk's a pretty cool moment for us for being at a home race. Looking forward to it. Obviously a lot of nerves when we start an LMP2 race like this. Thing change with our radio?
One of the things AO Racing LMPs are on the whole. The reconnaissance lap, get these cars making their way along the racetrack.
Well, I've got a lap in the wet now. Now we get ready for grid walk.
Starting that race, it was a split start, so that gives us the opportunity to just race it out with some of the LMP2 cars, and one of the first opportunities to really be in a racing pack and to see how we stacked up against some of the top teams in North America. Once you get into the groove after the first few laps, you're really just looking at your telemetry, watching your temps, and focusing on your predictive time. Have I gained or lost a little bit of time into or out of this corner? Motorsport, being a high-speed track, is really about momentum and carrying that exit speed. So that really became the focus. And then reminder that, oh yeah, you're in an LMP2 car, you probably should breathe at some point throughout the lap was a good thing. But of course, the team kept up with me on the radio, making sure I was comfortable as we went, and just got to work. Ryan was an incredible co-driver to work with, about as experienced as it gets in an LMP2 car or in professional sports car racing. So it was really cool to work with him, and he was able to really help speed up that learning curve. Again, we didn't quite get the results we wanted to on track. Personally, that didn't matter to me. It was an experience of a lifetime nonetheless. Really cool to be able to see all those Canadian flags and Canadian fans cheering us on, and really appreciative of all the support everyone's given us with, To The Front, some of our YouTube channel, our social media, to see the amount of Canadian fans that are passionate about Canadian motorsports and excited to see a Canadian team and drivers really finding their stride in the international motorsport landscape was an honor to be part of. Again, really appreciate all of that time and attention everyone's given to this program, watching the work we've done. And I hope we've made you proud, and we've really told that story the right way and built a strong foundation for Canadian motorsports. I can't thank Toby enough for trusting me, for trusting us with this plan over the last better part of a decade, going from early days of track days and the ambitious goal of maybe we could try to get to Le Mans someday. And now to be racing in the Le Mans Prototype 2 class, the top class in the IMSA Weathertech Championship at our home track, was just wild to think that we walked the talk and it was time to execute. So now what? You get home, you just finished the biggest race of your life. You didn't do half bad, but kind of like our whole mantra of to the front, now it's time to put your head down, focus on what you need to do next, and how to get your ass back in that car.